downturn in his production. Listen to AJ.
AJ, do you pay a lot of attention to what other receivers around the league do? Like what makes CD so...
Nah.
Why not?
Gets me upset. So I stay away from it. No, but I mean, it's a time and place for it. You know, I think right now, like, you know, I'm just trying to stay focused and, you know.
I just need more from like a skill set perspective.
Nah, the only person I'm really watching is Julio Jones, so.
What would you say to, there's been speculation out there that you are not the same player you once were. What would you say to those people?
I guess SAQUON ain't the same player either then.
There was a report that there was some frustration from players on offense with Jalen Hurts.
Ask me about Dallas. Thank you.
All right, Cam, go ahead. Your reaction to A.J. Brown's comments. Do you have any problem with it?
Oh, my God. Oh, man. Look, man. I said it last week. It's a ticking time bomb. And it's like that individual, that beautiful person that hides the blemishes with makeup. Well, this particular makeup has been wins. And unfortunately, when them club lights come on and you start to see, or you go to the kitchen when you late at night to try to get you a midnight snack, you're going to start to see the roaches. And if the Philadelphia Eagles are not able to keep winning at this rate, there will be more reports, there will be more speculations, there will be more frustrations, because people's careers and performances are hinged on how they are used, or in this case, misused. So how A.J. Brown is asking or answering questions, I mean, it's a perfect indication of, man, this is one of the top receivers in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen, and he has bottom tier numbers. You are judged, you have leverage because of what you do and what you show you can do, and he hasn't been able to do that this year.
Stephen A., do you have a problem with AJ's comments?
Zero. I have no problem with it. I thought that, he's answered questions. He's been very respectful. I mean, the reality is that, there's but so much he's going to say, and ultimately he's asking you to use your intellect and read between the lines. Of course he's frustrated. And he has a right to be, because he's a wide receiver. He wants his level of production to be on par with what he's accustomed to it being on par with, and that's not the case right now. I'm just looking at him. A.J. Brown's career with the Eagles, since he's been there since 2022, his first 3 seasons, he ranked 9th in target, 10th in receptions, 4th in receiving yards, and 7th in TD catches. This year, he's 28th in targets, 30th in receptions, 37th in receiving yards. There's only 32 teams in the NFL. He's 37th. That means some wide receiver 2 dudes that's getting more than him, and he's tied for 33rd with TD catches. It's not impressive, and he's making the case. Not only that ultimately it's going to catch up to us. It's not like they're just winning and they're looking absolutely positively invincible and he's griping. No, he's making the case that we keep this up, it's going to cost us, because other teams have made adjustments. We need to make adjustments as well, and we haven't done that. And it's going to catch up with us at the absolute most inopportune time. That's what he's saying. I get the message. I have no problem with that particular skit or segment that they showed with him being interviewed by reporters. I thought he didn't say anything wrong at all.
Either one. Dan, RC?
You go. Yeah, I think the tough part for A.J. Brown is, not the tough part, once you start to let people in on your intrusive thoughts, they're going to continue to ask you. And you remember the segment, or he was being interviewed in the locker room and they asked him, did he want to be somewhere else? And Devontae Smith steps in and says, oh no, why would he want to be anywhere else? Because he knows the right answer. A.J. Brown doesn't care about these things. And as we talked about last week, his honesty about where the team needed to be, what the team needed to do, how they could find a way to win another championship, teams making adjustments and them needing to make adjustments, that made sense to me. And then he takes a step back with this, because you don't have to care about Saquon. It's not your job to point to what Saquon Barkley is doing. We know if you play wide receiver, it's a dependent position. Playing the running back position is a dependent position. It is the ultimate team sport. Saquon Barkley is still as skilled and as gifted as he always was.
An opinion right now, okay? These are facts, okay? Right now, AJ is averaging 1.8 yards per separation per route, okay? That is down compared to 2 years ago relatively significantly. That's from me to you, okay, Shay?
Yeah.
So just to put it into context,
Yeah.
It used to be from me to you. That's a big difference in the NFL world.
Right.
That would rank 78th out of 79 wide receivers, okay? This is off of a year. Last year we had 16 yards per catch. He's at 12 now. So is he the same player? Not certainly not getting the same production. So the question is why, okay? We can sit here and tell people that, yes, A.J. Brown's a lesser player and physically has fallen off and he's not nearly what he was talent-wise. Or, and I would agree with kind of RC saying, like, I don't think that schematically they do a lot. They didn't 3 years ago either, but he was 3 years younger. He was 3 years more explosive. And so I think that there's a little bit of reality where, is he the same player? Probably not. Can he still be a dominant wide receiver? Absolutely. Does he need maybe a little bit more scheme help to help him create a little bit more separation? 100%.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you one step further here. Okay, go ahead, Stephen A. Go ahead, and then I'll ask the next question.
Well, before Cam chimes in, I wanted to get back to something that RC said and, letting people in and stuff like that. From a media perspective, let me tip y'all off to something. Markets are different. Playing in Jacksonville, playing in Tampa, playing places like that is entirely different than playing in Philadelphia, New York, stuff like that. You can try to sit up there and be quiet all you want to, but there's a soft spot in every organization and you just squeeze as it pertains to soaking intel and information out. And in Philadelphia, the only way to avoid doing something like that, RC, is when you never say anything. Not when you open the door 1 minute and then try to shut it, because you done let the cat out the bag. And once you let the cat out the bag, everybody starts singing from different angles, different places, and all of that other stuff. You are absolutely right, RC, in terms of we're hearing from one person. But that doesn't mean one person's talking. It just means that's the one person that you heard from publicly.
But that's okay though, right? Like, I don't care if everybody else is talking. If you talking and it's not getting out to the public and people are just in the media saying, I hear that there's dissension between Jalen Hurts and the team. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
Right? When I could put a face and a video to a quote, that's different. That feels like you're talking to me. That feels like you're sending a message. If Stephen A. Smith is talking to the dude in the locker room and then Stephen A. Smith is saying it, I got a problem with you. And actually, this is all your fault anyway. This whole thing of everybody wanting to be a star, that's your fault. Because every time you come up here and you say, I didn't play, I listened to those who did play. I was a journalist. I'm a columnist. You know what people sitting in New England who are asking Drake May about Cam Newton are saying? Well, damn it, I could be Stephen A. Smith. So I don't have to do anything with the level of journalistic integrity that you did before you got here. And so now you get to be on TV. They don't do that no more. Let's take shortcuts, right? Let's find the weak link, the dude that's going to talk, and let's ask him questions that ain't got nothing to do with football because we know he's leaking. That's what they doing. These folks want to be stars. Right. And so A.J. Brown has to be smarter and start thinking about protecting his teammates. Right? The same dude who freaking saved a woman's life. Protect your teammates. You're not playing well either. Say that.
Yeah, but that ain't my fault. I'm not going to take the blame for people that bypassing the integrity steps that I took to get here. I mean, I'm not taking credit for that kind of nonsense. They
don't know what you did.
Oh, yes, they do.
You did it the right way.
Ignore it. Yeah, they want to ignore it. Oh, they know. They just want to ignore it. That's a different subject for another day, though.
All right, let's leave this here.
I think,
Cam, last word. Go.